This is probably the single most important video I've made. In this video, I'm going to show you our sales system that we've used for over 50 seven-figure businesses. I'm going to show you the methods that we've used and I've used personally to train over 1,000 sales reps, 100 sales teams, 100 plus sales managers, 50 plus CEOs, all within the last few years. If you don't know who I am, my name's Osman and I own a company called Guided Growth. We have one of the largest UK's leading sales consulting and training businesses. And I'm going to show you everything that we do and how we actually have changed the way high ticket businesses sell. There's a massive problem within the high ticket space. Advertising costs have gone up consistently. The reason why they have gone up is because it's become more competitive. More than ever before, it's now got more users on these ad platforms, on Facebook, on YouTube. More people are advertising, which means it costs you more to be able to get the same customer. And the inefficiency in sales costs you more. And I'm going to break down everything step by step. But if I tell you a little bit more about me and my background and what actually allows me and gives me the authority to be able to speak on the industry, to be able to give you my methods, why can I do so? I started my sales jobs way back as a teenager, now probably 10 plus years ago, probably 15 years ago if I'm honest. But if I show you a bit about my experience since 2015, which was moving into the high ticket space, I was working for a company called Virgin Active. I was a sales leader from them. I started as a sales rep all the way to a sales leader. From the years of 2015 all the way to 2019, I transformed the business and I grew the entire sales function of their business. And the way I did that was by training the sales team, training the sales managers, training the sales leaders within the business. And this is a screenshot from Company House. And it shows the company got to 48 million revenue in the years of 2019. Now, I sat with the company CEO who congratulated me on the epic sales performance. And I realized there's no more for me to do at that company. And in perfect timing, it was also lockdown, so all the gyms closed. So I then opened sports rehab clinics, which was my hobby, and I scaled those 3 clinics within 1 year throughout Northwest London. 3 clinics. Here's a picture of me running the clinics, and we grew up to 17 physios, but that was another life. I wanted to come back to sales. In 2022, I formed a company called Guided Growth. But this time, it was mission driven. This time, we have a clear mission to change the way salespeople and sales leaders are seen, to truly redefine high performance for salespeople. Now you can see our mission statement here. You can see a bit about the events that we run for multi-seven-figure business owners. But our number one goal is to truly grow the sales function of a business. And I'm going to go over all of our methods. But who have I actually collaborated with? We've made content collaborations. We've also partnered up. And we've also worked with some of the biggest people in the industry. Names like Gary Vee, Ali Abdaal, Simon Squibb, who just recently hosted a sales masterclass for his platform. Rabbi Avavula, who I met in Paris. And most recently, Alex Hormozi, where I did a one-on-one coaching day with Hormozi, and I made an entire YouTube video about that, which went quite viral. Now, that's more about my working career. Before I go into our sales systems, a little bit about me. I love Samoyed dogs, I love chess, and I love to travel. That's more about my hobbies. But I did not want to make a business that requires me working 24/7. I want to live a really good life. I want to live a rich life, which is part of our actual mission. We want to be able to provide that rich life to other sales professionals and other sales people. So what do we actually do for companies? And what is the problem that we're actually fixing? Well, the first problem that we're actually fixing for a lot of founders, CEOs, and you can probably relate to this problem, it is the rising ad cost. So the rising cost of acquisition, you've probably experienced this in your business. Most businesses run as such. They invest money into leads. They invest money into ads on Facebook or YouTube. Or they have organic marketing. They're great at organic. You might be an influencer. You might be someone who's got a massive social media following. Either way, you have a cost of acquisition. Organically, it's harder than ever to now go viral. So you have to spend more money on editors and creating the content. So your cost of acquisition is higher in production. On the other side, it's also harder to find the right clients online because there's so much more competition and so many more offers. So you have to put even more money in for the same amount of results from before. But our clients are managing to keep their ad budget the same, yet pulling out more money. And how are we doing that? Well, when you run ads or you make content, you get leads. And once you get those leads into your CRM, into your system, the efficiency of your sales team, the sales process, the system built, and the way the team calls and is trained will determine if it's a lost opportunity or closed. Most businesses, when you look at the ratios, they have declining closing rates, declining appointment show up rates. Because it's a trust recession, it's hard for people to be able to trust who you are off the back of an ad. So this is why you need an expert level sales process to be able to close them. Because without that sales process, the trust not being there, it's already hard enough to be able to close a deal. So you need an incredible performance on a sales side of your business. That's the first problem. And the other problem you might be able to relate to if you're a business owner with a sales team already, you know the amount of sales stuff that you go through. We commonly make the joke that it's like a video editor. The churn rate of staff is so high. And what happens when your churn rate of staff is so high? Well, you have a lack of experience within the staff. The morale of the team goes down because there's just constantly new faces coming in, coming out. Your energy is being spent on training these salespeople every single time they come on board, and you're putting all of your energy into them, but then they don't perform, and then you've got to repeat the same process, which costs you money and costs your business money. It has a negative impact on culture, and it strains management and support teams, because if you're constantly onboarding new people, making new logins, giving them the training, they're calling for the first 4 weeks and not performing to KPI, this adds a massive lag, and this is a big reason why companies are not growing at the moment. So, and this is one major red flag that we have seen, and we conclude later in this video on how we actually fix it with our sales success flywheel. Now, the next problem that you could be struggling with is hiring talent with no results. You might be a smaller business owner. You might not be at the 7-figure market, or you might have just crossed the 7-figure line. You might not be like the $7-8 million businesses that we're working with. You might be just having to hire talent for the first time. Where if you're hiring talent for the first time, you might think you know what to do with a job description, but how do you make a job description to attract the right talent? How do you create an incredible opportunity where people don't want to leave once they work for your business? How do you actually create an effective onboarding for them? Most businesses do not have good tracking for their productivity, for their staff. They don't have good systems. They don't have good operations. So when they do have a new staff member come in, they don't have the best possible start, and they never actually yield you good results. Their closing rates are not where they should be. I want to show you our simple system that we've now used for multi-7-figure clients. Clients such as Ben Alistair, who's one of our 7-figure Amazon FBA clients, who sells an Amazon FBA course, who we coached and developed and built his sales team so he can grow. He was already getting amazing leads from his YouTube, but he was not closing them. Or we can talk about clients such as Aaliyah Morel, who's from the Light Up Hub, and she has a GCSE English tutoring course, but it was a cheaper app. So we designed the offer, got our sales team built a sales team off the back of her offer, built over CRMs and systems, and now she's able to lead a high functioning sales team and hoping to hit 3 million revenue in the next few months. Now, our sales success flywheel is broken down into 4 parts. The 4 simple parts that we break it down into, the first one is the most important in my eyes: leadership. This is from the founder, from the CEO, and at times a sales manager if your company's over that certain threshold. This is for you to make those data-driven decisions, the vision and strategy, the mission, vision, and values that you actually hold within your company, and how you actually put them into your sales function of your business. Performance development of your team, and leadership development. So how are you developing other leaders within your business? What the sales success flywheel, on the front end, it's all sales, and on the back end, it's all high-end operations that I've learned on running 8-figure companies. Back in 2020, after leaving Virgin Active, I spent 6 months consulting an 8-figure business where I ran their sales team in 30 different venues. It was a brick and mortar business, and that business we grew from 8 million revenue to 10 million revenue. We added $2 million, £2 million in revenue within a short period simply by introducing this system. And this was my first client onto this system back in 2020. We look at the people, the recruitment, employee development, retention strategies, culture and standards, and driving high performance. And all of these I'm going to be going into more detail. I'm going to be showing you about on the tactics in this video. I'm going to be showing you the sales processes, lead generation, how we actually measure metrics and KPIs and closing processes and techniques. And the last thing is actually training, onboarding, which we spoke about earlier on, skill development, how to run the meetings, strategies and processes, and coaching, running and learning the business like a mentor. We tend to find that sales staff will always perform better when they respect the founder, respect the leader, respect the sales manager. But most sales managers and most founders do not know how to get that respect from their team, how to drive high performance. So let's just go straight into leadership in the first part of this call. So with leadership, it actually comes down to a few different sections. This is all the things that we actually work on with our business owners. We teach our business owners to make data-driven decisions. We teach them on how the founder can make data-driven decisions on crucial areas of their business, and they can make them decisions objectively based on their business overall health. We're able to predict analytics. We're able to predict where a business is going within the next 2-3 months once we have all this tracking in place. The vision and strategy. We work with the CEO to develop a clear vision of where they're going. Most CEOs, between the time of 3 to 10 million, you don't normally hear this, but there's a high amount of burnout for CEOs and founders between that 3 million to 10 million mark. A high amount of CEOs get burnt out because of the lack of vision and strategy. They don't have clarity on where they're going. They don't have a clear focus on where they should put their energy in. So commonly what happens at the 3 million mark is they get distracted and they start looking elsewhere, and they might open another business rather than just growing that one business even bigger. And we come up with the strategic planning and aligning all their resources towards one clear goal. We ensure that the business has got mission, vision, and values. If it doesn't, we might develop those with that business owner, but we usually find that business owners have these already in place, but the team aren't aligned with them. The team don't even know the mission, vision, and values that they have. And performance development. How are you actually getting better development for performance from your team? How are you setting expectations? What kind of feedback are you giving to your team, and how you're giving the feedback? And what kind of plans and one-to-ones are in place for the leaders of your business? As you grow, you now have more managers and directors. At under 1 million, you don't have normally multiple directors in a C-suite. But as you grow past 3 to 5 million, you might start to have multiple directors. But how are you supposed to know how to give those directors the right education, the right direction, and the right leadership if you've not done it before? And this is something that we teach you, because this is something that I've now done for over 10 years. And leadership development, developing the right leaders. My leadership style that I've done hundreds of hours on work on, I have a consultative leadership style, which means I like to consult with my team on what they think when I'm making a decision. Some will have more of a democratic style. Some would have a very different style, more of a demanding style. But we need to learn the style that you have, so then you can actually gain leverage and understanding on how to actually lead your team. Because it's all good hiring a sales rep, but if you can't lead them and if you can't coach them, how are you going to get the best sales performance from them? The next part that we're going to work on is the training. Now, in the training, this is an area that goes amiss a lot of the times. We tend to find that business owners will hire a sales rep, hire a setter, but then there's no clear plan for onboarding. They'll just get them to start taking calls. There's no clear plan for KPIs. There's no ramp up for the KPIs. There's no clear scorecard on what should achieve week 1, 2, and 3 in the first few weeks of their new job. So those outlines need to be there for that employee. So we actually build those for the business. So we look at skill development for each person, an onboarding plan, meeting with the team and driving performance, and strategies and processes. All of these processes and obviously coaching and mentoring, which is a big part of training. But all of these areas need to be completely fixed into your business. And at times we find businesses don't even have a project management system. They don't have clear CRMs functioning with the right systems. So we make sure within that training area, you have all the tools and resources to truly win as a business. Now, the next section is tactics, because when you talk about sales, this is the area that most people actually think about. They think about how to close the deal. They think about saying the right thing. Now, you're going to find on your social media, on YouTube, there's a lot of people teaching you sales. There's a lot of different tactics. But I can tell you now, these are copy and paste tactics. After teaching over 1,000 different sales reps in multiple different industries, over 50 different industries, I can tell you there is an outline of a program, but there's no single script that will do it for any business. This is why we have to custom write the script for the business. We have guardrails and we have an outline, but sales reps need something to go off, but it can't be generic. So we need to make sure that business has all the tools and processes in place. So we look at the sales process itself. What kind of sales process is actually happening after the lead is about to inquire? Before the lead comes in, what's the journey they've been on? We look at the sales training for the setters and closers, because we have an entire academy where we've trained hundreds of setters and closers in different industries, and we train them every single day. Every single day, we probably listen to 20 or probably at least 20 sales calls, and we ensure that those sales calls have got the feedback so sales reps can improve. But that's just one small area. We just want to make sure that we build our mission-driven, we are building a business that's mission-driven, which is changing how salespeople are seen, which is giving them the right tactics and tools to win. We mentioned about the custom scripting, and we mentioned about the sales metrics and KPIs. Most sales reps and setters do not know how many sales they need to be making, how many calls they need to be doing, how many dials. They don't know that because the sales manager in place or the founder hasn't given them that clear expectation, and they don't manage them to that expectation. And if they're not being managed to that expectation, how will they ever hit that number? So that's something that we work on a deeper level with the team. And the last thing is actually people. The sales success flywheel is so people driven. Now, I have a saying which is, to be a good sales manager, you need to be great with coaching, but a great sales director is great with people. These are two different skills, and as a sales director, we almost behave like our business Gather Growth. Many people have called it like we're like a fractional sales director. We come into the business and we're like an external sales director that we hire. I kind of agree how people do say it that way, but what we really want to focus on is the development of the founder and the sales team. And if they have a sales manager, that person's getting upskilled. Commonly what will happen, we'll work with the sales teams, and we might even promote someone within that team to take the sales manager, relieving the founder of actually managing the team. But it just depends on the size of the business. But the recruitment system that we actually build for a business, because we give you our entire proven system and we actually template it out and give it over to you, which is actually a recruitment system that we've built. I recruited in 2019 over 400 sales reps, and I sales trained them myself. I would do group sessions of up to 25 to 30 people, and I would continuously churn them out. And that recruitment system that I built in 2019, we have now perfected for over 5 years, and we install that into your business to make it as easy as possible. We look at employee development. How can we develop the setters and closers to be better people, which leads into better closing? And we actually we actually pour a lot of energy into them. Retention strategies and staff turn, these are all strategies that we work on, and we actually work on with you as a business owner. Driving culture and standards and driving high performance. High performance is a big component of our business, and we actually drive high performance by having those KPIs. And now I want to come back to the wheel after you understand the different components of that wheel. Using these 4 areas, this is what we actually do with a business. We focus on these 4 areas whilst giving the founder, you, the CEO, clear tactics, clear tasks, clear direction. We give you the ongoing support. We have multiple sales trainers, multiple success managers. We are there as a true 360 support for your business on the sales side. There's no gimmick when it comes to selling, because you cannot fake money being transacted. If the money is paid, the sale is made, and you have a clear goal to grow your business and you're spending all this money on marketing, spending all this time making content, spending all this time making your organic content, but if the leads aren't being closed, if the leads aren't coming in and then they're not being closed towards a sale, all of those efforts that you've set up with marketing are being wasted. And this is the first thing that we fix. We assess your current close ratio, show ratio, your sales process. We look at your one-to-ones with your clients, if you're having any, and we build out everything with you, give you our proven system and install it into your business. And we do this within 90 days of you working with us. And we have an incredible strong guarantee, which is if we don't actually transform your sales, if we don't double the revenue from certain sales reps that aren't performing well, we will actually pay for the sales director that you want to hire and pay for them to actually come into your business, and we will pay their salary. There's nobody else offering a guarantee like that. You hear all these gimmick guarantees, but we're so confident in what we actually do for a business, we would come in and actually pay for that. So, and the main reason why I can make all this big claim and wild claims is because we've done it for 10 years. If you look at what I've done now for over 10 years, this is all I've done. When I took one break out and I installed my system into a different industry, it grew and it multiplied. But now we focus on the high ticket industry. We focus on online educational businesses. Either you're a coach, consultant, agency owner, and you're selling a high ticket offer, something more than $1,000 per month. If this is something that you need support on, if this is something that you think you want to actually grow your business and sales is a bottleneck, it could be you as a founder. It could be you're not actually closing the deals that you need to be closing. It could be you don't know where to start when building your team. It could be you don't know where to hire the team from. It could be your sales team's not performing and the cost of acquisition is going up. It could be a high level problem, or it could be one of the beginner sales level problems. If that's something that you're struggling with, what I'd like you to do is book a call with myself or my team below in the link description. And if you hit that link, you'll be able to direct it to a calendar. During that calendar, you'll be asked questions about your business. And if you do qualify, because if you are a business that's small, that doesn't have a lot of leads, this might not be for you. We're not going to work with everyone because we can't help a business that does not have leads. If you do have leads and you aren't closing as much as you should be, you know there's more room for growth within operations and sales, we will work with you and we will provide you that guarantee and transform your business. So click the link below and I'm going to see you on the other side.